We're back. Another new year, 2021.
Seriously.
By the time of this, by the time of this recording, it's only been 11 days.
Yeah.
Shit has already been down
Shit has hit
5
the
days ago.
fan. Ooh. By the time this comes out, it'll be old news. But actually, no, it still won't be old news. And apparently, there's just some shit that's gone down, right? And we didn't have an episode that came out this past Friday, mostly because I was moving in back to this spot right here. Um, So yeah, it was a lot of logistical issues on my part. Not gonna lie in the slightest. Outside of that, yeah, let's kick it underway. Just yeah, and also just to also give you context again. This was recorded on the 11th. So whatever happened since today, we don't know. What are the developments? We don't know. Anything that we say about the future that you may know of will be guesses. We are not precognizant. We are not omniscient beings. We are just
This
some
not,
we are just some college students with some lucky fucking guesses. If we get it right.
yeah, this not minor. This isn't Minority Report. This isn't The Simpsons.
We are not the Cleos. Okay?
I am not Raven Simone.
It's not that so
This might
anything
be.
it's not so anything podcast. No, that's not what this is. It's never been what this is. Never. Damn it.
This is for possibly, I don't know, because I don't remember us uh, releasing the last episode. It's probably the second episode of 2021. But
This is the
as
second
far as
episode of
recording,
2021.
see, bro, it. I was gonna start out. I was like, this is the first episode of 2021, but I can't do that now. How does it sound for me to be like, oh, this is the second episode
We released an
2021?
episode on the 1st of January. What the fuck are you talking about? Did you forget that?
Shut the fuck up.
Did you
Shut the
forget
fuck up.
that? Your mouth had a oh.
So we got. Oh wait, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me
You
think
remember
real
something
quick.
else?
Let me research this. Let's research this real quick. I don't even know.
No,
I
we're not
don't remember
rehearsing
this,
shit.
bro.
That no. This is
Uh,
anything. We're saying anything. Period. Pooh.
you got me confuzzled, confused.
Confuzzled. I love that. Confuzzled.
Don't know what's
Kerfuffled.
going on. Okay. You, sir, are
Me.
right.
I know I'm right. Because I
Without
helped
further
release it.
ado, without further ado, this is the second episode of 2021
You don't have to
with
start it
your
off like that,
host.
bro. You don't have to announce the sequential order of the episode because they already can see it. They
Fine,
can
fine,
already
fine, fine,
fucking see it.
fine,
If you
fine,
want to
fine.
say this is the episode that shows the chaos that has arose, then that is a good intro.
What else you got for us? Keep going, keep going. What else you got for us?
This is the intro for the show that arose to the chaos that we know due to these hoes, especially those that went through Capitol Hill and tried to kill all those niggas up there when they tried to put Biden in office. They tried to off him. That was awful. Bars.
This is the Anything Period podcast with your host, Mike Charlie Brown and Two Eyes.
Emphasis on the period. Yo.
I just want to start off by saying, how are you doing, America? How, how are you
Yeah.
doing? How are you doing, America? Are you okay? I know a lot. I know a lot's been happening this past week slash 11 days since we started this new year,
Yeah.
and we have
Yeah.
a lot. First thing on the docket, I just want to talk about the shit that happened at the Capitol building and all the stuff that's been happening surrounding that. I know three things.
They tried to.
Number
They tried
number
for real.
one,
Yeah,
uh,
they tried for real.
Trump
Tried to play
supporters.
Capitol
Stormed the
Hill.
Capitol building. Number two, uh, a security guard in the Capitol did a great thing by diverting all the Trump supporters that were there trying to raid the Capitol or whatever. You know, he moved them in a different direction, and I love that. It was a black man. I don't know his name. I'm probably gonna look it up later. It's probably gonna be in the description. But thank you to that black man who diverted all those Trump all those Trump supporters there for the revolution, for diverting them away from everybody else. We thank you for your service.
I know exactly what you're representing, and I hate you. So why'd you go to the
Also,
Capitol? Why'd you raid the Capitol building? Cause it's a revolution. Goofy ass.
I feel like number two, a lady that was a lady died,
Yeah.
a white woman. She died during that raid.
Yeah.
She was also a veteran. I don't know how to feel about that personally. I don't want to get into it. I'm just saying that as something
Look,
that
you don't want to get into
happened.
it. I can talk my shit. Pretty much. I don't want anybody to die. I'm sad that somebody died.
It's
Period.
it's just
But
the
at the
discourse.
same
It's just the
time,
discourse.
go ahead.
It's just it's just the discourse surrounding it because a lot of people are saying are debating whether or not it was if she deserves to die and if it's patriotic or not for her to be doing that, considering the fact that she's and I think she's an Air Force
Yeah,
veteran
Air Force veteran. Yeah.
who uh who stormed the Capitol. She
Yeah.
was like one of the first people. Like they told her not to go in there. They told her not to go through the window and all this else. They warned her. We are going to use like we are going to we're going to do whatever we can to protect these people
Yeah.
inside this building. So please do not. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what it said.
Yeah.
We're going to do what's necessary to protect the people that's in this Capitol building. So please do not go through this building and try to fuck shit up, basically.
Yeah.
And she did just that. She said
Yeah.
herself, as a quote, that she did not want to live to see Biden become president, and she got her wish. Unfortunately.
The thing about it, right, is that I'm gonna see
Hmm.
people online have the same rhetoric, or either way have the same thought process when other people was harmed in other protests and things like that, which are not equivalent at all. Don't you dare conflate them. Don't you dare make them equivalent at all. Because if you do, you're lying to yourself, and you're insulting anybody else that actually was at those protests. But you can kind of assume the ones I'm talking about. But the rhetoric is more so play stupid games, get stupid prizes. This you was a like she was a part of a coup d'état. She was attempting to come and try to overthrow the government. And the fact of the matter is the fact of the matter is that I know this is horrible to say, but I am surprised there were not more casualties.
You were surprised?
I was surprised.
I'm
I
not
was.
surprised. I wasn't surprised at all.
I
I
mean,
wasn't surprised. I was not. To be honest,
I know
and
that's
it's
privilege and
and,
shit, but damn.
I'm probably gonna have to provide context after the statement.
Yeah, you are.
But to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
you know how like people who just all of this just is crazy, honestly. So you know the people that black that back
That
Blue Lives
black.
Matter, that back Blue Lives Matter, right? They
Yeah,
say,
that
oh,
black
the
blue
cops,
lives matter.
the, the cops, the cops, they go through so much stress and they get surprised. They fear for their lives. And I was listening, it was an accident and all this other shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the white woman who raided the Capitol building, mind you, one of the first people that went to that fucking window, she got shot and she died. Was it an accident? People are literally are trying to say, "Oh, uh, fuck the police and all this other stuff," right? Because of that one lady. Now they saying fuck the police,
Yeah,
right?
now you're saying fuck the police. What about all
I
those motherfuckers
wow.
that was
It's
protesting in the streets
oh
with
oh
the intention of a peaceful fucking protest? With the
oh
intention.
y'all got police. Y'all got brutalized. Wow, that's why that's wild.
They didn't get
So when you
they did
say
not get fucking
they
brutalized.
didn't they didn't, right?
Fucking
But am I
brutalized?
surprised? Am I surprised that this lady died? Yes and no. Yes, because she's white. More importantly, she's a white woman.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen outside of very rare cases. This really doesn't happen to white women.
Yeah.
The only the only the only other encounter that I can think of in which a white person died due to a protest is that lady that is Charlottesville. That's the and that wasn't even by a police officer. That's just by a random dude who ran over her with a car with his car. Yeah. So when I say I'm not surprised, they're actually doing their job, protecting the Capitol building. Sure, they didn't get everybody. They didn't like
Barely they barely got
for
anybody
the
to be
most
fair.
part they didn't for the most part they didn't do anything. But at least one person did their job. Well, two people did their jobs.
And now for anybody who immediately is like, "Hey, what about?" Because I know you're constantly talking about the Black Lives Matter protests. So what about then? You saying they're doing their jobs now, but what about then? See the difference between right the Black Lives Matter protests and at the Capitol building. Black Lives Matter protest was not on any government property. A. B. The intention is a peaceful protest, and also C. The police officers came to where they was, and also fucking shot them with tear gas, rubber bullets, arrested them, etc. in mass. When at the same time all they're doing is protesting. And last time I checked, protesting is a part of free fucking speech. Right? Protesting. Cool. Not on any government buildings. Was fucking tear gas, shot with rubber bullets. People that weren't even doing shit was still getting arrested, taken in. All this, all that, right? With fucking militarized police. Where they knew in advance that this event was gonna happen. Right? That the police officers knew that this protest was gonna take place this day, so they went out there and they did all of the shit that I just named, right? The difference between that fucked up shit that I just named and the Capitol building is that A, they're trespassing on government fucking grounds. Trespassing, A. B, trespassing with violent intentions.
I'm surprised. Wait, did they have guns?
Some, yeah, there's a few of them that actually did have firearms, yeah. And outside of that, they also had knapsacks and fucking they had knapsacks and book bags. Now you know any government building you go into, your shit has to be checked at the door. You're not going into any fucking. You're not look. You're not going near the fucking Capitol building with any type of book bag, knapsack, any type of shit like that, and expect to go in without nobody checking. Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna get fucking people to check it, metal detectors, a whole bunch of shit, right? What I'm saying is the difference between the Black Lives Matter protests and what happened at the Capitol was that it was trespassing. A, B, it was also for violent intention to actually fucking hurt somebody, harm somebody. And also they was warned beforehand. They said, "Hey, we're gonna come on the 6th and do this shit," and they did. They was warned. There was forewarning. They knew about it. But the only people that we saw there were like fucking 15 officers that allowed them in and fucking took selfies with them.
That's forgot about that. To be honest, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, no, that shit never left my fucking mind. I saw that with my eyes and I was appalled. I was just like, wow. Wow, that's crazy. Gotta add an extra K in that. That's crazy.
You want to know something?
Also, I just want to say that as much as I was initially unfazed by Capitol Hill, I do have to say that as tragic as it sounds, and I don't mean that I wish bad on anybody, but I'm glad that it happened because it shows in one event how hypocritical those same people have been for the past 4 years. How hypocritical they've been for the past 4 years.
Want to know something?
Let's talk about there was a dude who was literally pissing on the Capitol, but yet Colin Kaepernick kneeling during the national anthem is a fucking shot against our armed forces, right? Let's talk about how the police reception to a majority Caucasian majority Caucasian not protest fucking rioters as opposed to minority protesters. How they should have listened. They should not have resisted. How they was only doing their diplomatic like it shows that contradiction. Also, it shows how militaristic the police can get, Black Lives Matter, as opposed to how they are when it comes to I'm sorry, man. It's just a lot of hypocrisy. It really is. It really is. Comparatively, it shows the hypocritical. It shows the hypocritical nature from the past 4 years of the same people who talk about all this shit. And like you mentioned before, Blue Lives Matter. When the fucking police officer shoots an unarmed black person or an unarmed minority, oh my gosh, the cop was fearing for his life. Now I'm not gonna say in every instance that that's not the case. It's a rare instance where I'm like, oh damn. But there's a lot of fucking instances, a lot of names on that list of where the cop was completely unfucking justified. Okay? So the same people that's talking about Blue Lives Matter, where they're like, hey, this cop feared for his life, so he shot. So yeah, Blue Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter. Now, when this one lady gets shot and killed, like those in comparison to all those other minorities, specifically African Americans, that got shot by the police, but yet they're like, Blue Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter. Now, when one white woman gets shot and killed at the fucking Capitol building, all of a sudden, yo, fuck police. Police ain't shit. Police are awful. Police are trash human being. Police, like, all this hypocrisy, all of a sudden jumping back and being hypocritical to your own rhetoric that you've been pushing for the past however long. It's just beautiful to see the hypocrisy. It's beautiful to see how people only say shit because it doesn't affect them and they want you to shut the fuck up about it. And as soon as it affects them, as soon as they're impacted, now everything is corrupt. Now everything is, oh my gosh, this system is so flawed. Oh my goodness, how could you do such a thing? It's been happening in front of your eyes the entire time, but yet you denied that it existed because you don't have to deal with it on a daily basis. Because you don't have to worry about it. Because you never personally had that experience, or you base your experiences off of fictional shows. In other words, how people interact with the police majority of the time. How police have to, crack one egg to make an omelet. You know, do a couple of bad things to get the bad guy. No. The fact of the matter is that in this one instance, we've seen the hypocrisy of what we've been talking about the past 4 years in mass, especially throughout the protests that happened just last year, let alone Ahmaud Arbery, let alone Breonna Taylor, let alone George Floyd. Like, the fact that people can call those people specific, like, I know specifically Breonna Taylor, the fact that they can call those people, and this I'm kind of referring to Fox News, but the fact that fucking Tucker Carlson can call Breonna Taylor a criminal, but turn right around and call the lady who was shot and killed at the raiding the Capitol, attempting a coup to overthrow the government. He says what he says in relation to her is, think about her family. Think about her family. They lost a loved one they'll never get to see again. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science to see how fucking hypocritical that shit is. And if you want to be blind to it, that's fine. You be blind to it. Just don't talk to me about that shit. If you want to actually have a conversation with me about it, if you actually want to learn about it, if you actually want to get my dialogue, my thoughts, if you actually want to have an actual conversation about it, then let's talk about it. If you just want to spit your rhetoric and expect me to change without taking anything into consideration, without actually taking my words more than just face value, then I don't want to talk to you. There's no need to have a fucking conversation. And I'm sorry, I'm not talking to you, Black. I'm just talking to the camera, because I really need y'all to understand this.
Yo, fuck talk to the cameraman. You talk to the people.
Shit. And okay. Now another aspect of it. Now people are saying that it was Antifa that caused the violence.
Wait, hold on. I want to say something. Well, cause you, when you were talking, I thought about something that you were mentioning, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the discourse that's been happening, like just the January 7th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying this, right? They were saying, this isn't America. This isn't who we are. This isn't what America represents, right?
Mm-hmm.
After this, dare I say, infamous historic event,
This will be in textbooks,
right?
yes.
This will be in textbooks, right? Unless they somehow fuck it up and just use a little whiteout and just wipe that shit out.
No, clean it
Anyway,
up a bit.
so I was looking up some articles and stuff, right, about
Mm-hmm.
some of the discourse that's been happening. So this is a MP. I'm reading you a little blurb from this article by from NPR,
Mm-hmm.
from Sanders. He's a host for NPR, right? He says,
Yeah.
"This isn't a lie some Americans tell themselves when America is on its worst behavior. This isn't America, or this isn't who we are, or we're better than this. You've heard versions of this lie again this past week after armed insurrectionists stormed the U.S. Capitol on urging from President Trump attempting to undo the results of last November's election. Even in the halls of Congress, after the broken glass was cleared and U.S. senators and representatives were allowed back into the chambers from undisclosed locations, Republican Senator Ben Sass of Nebraska came back to this refrain. Our kids need to know that this isn't what America is. We are a country built on fabrication, nostalgia, and euphemism. And every time America shows the worst of itself, all of the contradictions collapse into the lie I've heard nonstop for the last several years. This isn't who we are." I could go on.
No, but I think in response to that, what me and you also feel has been summed up beautifully by a man known as Donald Glover or Childish Gambino. This is America.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely gonna read this article in my free time. But anyway, yeah, basically, it's it feels like
America is
they
in.
haven't seen
Go ahead.
they haven't seen this the whole time. Then again, a lot of factors have been blocking people from seeing how ugly America truly is.
Can you really see what you blind yourself to?
No, I just know one thing that's probably going to be true for the next few days as this like goes out of the news cycle slowly but surely.
Yeah.
This lady is going to be known as this lady this Air Force veteran is going to be known only as an Air Force veteran, as somebody who was acting as a patriot, somebody who was doing the patriotic duty of storming the Capitol, etc., etc., etc. She's going to be a martyr. They're going to make her a martyr.
Yeah, that they are.
There's no doubt about. And let me tell you something. White women. No,
I'll
I'm
say
just saying in
Trump
general.
loyalists will make her a goddamn martyr.
I just want to say this. A lot of people say that white men are like the worst, right, in this country.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know they I mean they're partially right, but here's the thing: the thing that people fail to understand that some people fail to that people misconstrue white women in special cases in some instances hold even more powerful than a white man.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you something, man. Wars were fought over white women. The Trojan War, other wars possibly. That's the only one I can think of right now. Wars
And
have
no,
been
it's not
fought
a
over
war
white women.
about fucking. Shut up to anybody who thinks that.
Black men, black men have died. Countless black men have died at the mouths of white women. All with 3 words, 3 to 4 words. That's all it takes for a riot to start, for unrest to wake up.
Yeah, yeah. For
Three to
for
four
somebody
words.
for somebody's
He
lives to either be ruined or ended,
literally 3 words. He touched me,
or even more extreme, he that word me.
or he whistled at me. And in this next story that we're going to be talking about, all it takes is 4 words. He stole my phone.
Wait. Before we get there, because that was a beautiful fucking transition. That was a godlike transition. Holy shit. Holy
Thank
shit.
you.
I'm sorry. Artist, you gotta cut that up. That was a beautiful fucking transition. Holy
Thank you.
shit. Damn. Damn. That was nice. That was nice.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought about it like 10 minutes ago. I was like, "Yo, this is a great transition. I'm gonna use it."
Yo, that is a fire transition. That's the thing. Cause I wanted to talk about the fucking conspiracy theory when it comes surrounding the Capitol Hill shit.
There's a conspiracy theory about you mean like Antifa secretly being like the
Yeah.
Trump supporters that are fucking stupid.
Look, look. My thing is right. My thing is right. Okay, okay. Let's say there
Mhm.
are Antifa. Right. Let's say there are Antifa in the group, in the midst. Right. Let's say there are. They're
Okay.
not the majority. The majority of them are there to storm the Capitol building. That's what the point was. They knew that when they first came there. Regardless of whether or not
You know what
Antifa
they're
is the one
using?
to quote unquote incite the violence, all of them still went there with
You
the
know,
purpose of raiding the fucking Capitol building. What the fuck? It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. The
But
difference between
it's
that
like
shit and like, oh yeah, what about the black pro? What about the Black Lives Matter? Difference between that shit is Black Lives Matter protest was meant to be fucking peaceful. That was the point. So when shit became chaotic, that was some shit they can point at. Now, the difference when it comes to the fucking Capitol building, and the reason why I bring up Black Lives Matter so much because that's the same shit that people always bring up when it comes to these fucking conversation. I'm just saying,
mhm.
I just gotta be able to reiterate that point. Now, what I'm saying is, it doesn't fucking matter if Antifa was in the crowd when the whole point of this entire gathering was to fucking raid the Capitol building. I don't give a shit if there was 30 Antifa. I don't give a shit if it was 50. I don't give a shit if it was 100. There was still like what 14 fucking thousand people that came and raided that shit. So
Oh no,
who fucking cares if it was a few people in the fucking crowd when the whole point of the entire event was to fucking raid the goddamn Capitol building to stop somebody from being officially elected as the fucking 46th president of the United goddamn States. Who cares if they're in the crowd? The entire purpose of the event was to try to stop what was happening. That's the entire point. I don't give a fuck if Antifa's in the crowd or not. That doesn't make a difference. You know why? Do you know why
why?
it doesn't make a difference?
Why?
I'm sorry, I was talking
Why?
to the camera. I appreciate you responding. But you know why it doesn't make a fucking difference? Because the
Why?
point was to go there to perform a coup. You're there to overthrow a system that takes place within this fucking government. Your purpose wasn't to go there to protest, like, I don't want Biden. No. Your purpose was to go there to specifically fuck shit up. So I don't give a damn if Antifa's in it or not. That doesn't fucking matter. At all. Rant over.
The thing is, they're using the logic that they're using is when we talked about how there are people that weren't with us. Like in some instances, I think they were like the connection was that there were always like people with skateboards that were like at the front or like near the front of like shops and stuff and like smashing windows and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Those people weren't with the rest of Black Lives Matter protests
Yeah, and my
during the
thing is,
summer.
my thing is that like,
They're
even
using
if
they're using they're using they're using that argument
my thing is that
backwards.
my thing is that even if you argued with that and said that, even there's people that still not gonna believe it. My point is that like, even for those fuckers who don't believe it and still think that Black Lives Matter protest was just a ruse to be violent, I want you to understand this whole Antifa bullshit. It doesn't fucking matter because the entire purpose, the entire intent was to go there and commit a violent action. That was the intent. That was the purpose. That was the point. You didn't want to go there to protest. You wanted to go there to stop it by actually going in there, which is illegal. A, because it's trespassing. B, because you're actually going there with violent fucking intentions.
Yes.
And and C, because you're actually stopping a fucking democratic process. Like, it doesn't matter if they were in the crowd or not. Unless they're the ones that started shooting. I mean, even then, it doesn't fucking matter. Because the point was to be violent from the jump. Everybody had the same mentality. Everybody had the same thought. Everybody thought, oh yeah, let's go in. And we're gonna fucking go in.
I'm not gonna lie. This could have been worse.
And I'm sorry if I'm repetitive. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself a lot. It's just that sometimes the shit annoys me because it's like the thought processes of people intrigue me and annoy me at the same time. Because even if that was the case, I'm saying even with agreeing with you, I'm saying it doesn't matter. Even with agreeing, say, hey, there were people in the crowd that were Antifa, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because your purpose wasn't to go there to be peaceful. If your purpose was to go there to be peaceful, then somebody started being violent, that's something different. Then I understand why you would look to them and look at that. And I would understand why you would validate that. But because that's not the intention, I don't care what you try to use to validate it. You're the ones that wanted to do this, and if somebody else is in the crowd, well, goddamn, that's crazy. That's fucking wild. Violent people being violent with other violent people. I don't care how you try to rationalize it. It was still Trump. It was still Trump supporters, Trump loyalists that wanted to be there, that still wanted to do that task of performing a fucking coup. Let me remind you, performing a fucking coup. These were domestic terrorists trying to perform a fucking coup. These were thugs trying to perform a fucking coup. Don't talk to me about Antifa. They're irrelevant. Your purpose was blatant. So whoever else joins in the crowd, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That's it. Man, sometimes I just wish I can go back to New York.
I don't think you would. I don't think you. I mean, I understand why, obviously,
But
but I feel like that. I feel like that would be a a bad thing. You might be accused of stealing somebody's phone
why the fuck would I be accused of stealing
one
somebody's
day.
phone?
I'll tell you why in this next story.
Really? Okay.
Because because I'm reading this article about this she's dubbed the Soho Karen, right?
Yeah.
The story is this, right?
Ah, yeah.
This girl, this 22-year-old woman, mind you,
Yes. Not this girl.
got out, she got out of an Uber, right? Forgot her phone. Then when she realized she lost her phone, the first thing she did was accuse this black teenager of stealing her phone.
Yes.
So much so that she assaulted him, physically assaulted him.
She literally ran up and tackled him. Now, to add even more
The
context, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
hold on, I'm not done yet. The teen and his father uh tried defending themselves in this tussle, if you will,
Yes.
and tried to protect the black teen from like being hurt further. Eventually, it was revealed that her phone was an Uber. Her reasoning for she did an interview with Gail King recently, where she talks about her reasoning, and it's dumb as shit. I really can't put it into
Now,
any other words. It's dumb as shit, and it's racist
don't
as fuck.
go
And I have a lot of
into
shit to say about
the
this.
interview yet. I still want to add more context to it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so to add more context to it, she was talking to the hotel staff or whatnot, and she was already waiting. She was already waiting for them to come back to her about some information about the phone, right? So this
Hmm.
whole time, no, we don't know how long she waited. Could have been 1 minute, could have been five. The fact of the matter is that Soho is in a very, very, very populated part of the city. Regardless of COVID or not, it's populated, very populated. It's in the middle of it's in fucking New York, like it's like in Manhattan. Just to put it in context, Manhattan also houses New York City. In case you're more familiar with that. Um, and if I'm no, I wouldn't be wrong. If I'm wrong, then fuck. But the fact of the matter is, she talked to the hotel staff. They was they was looking for her, doing whatever, get some information back to her. She was waiting. Other people have. I can only assume other people are already left, are left out of the door and whatnot. So then to assume that is this teenager, and then say, hey, don't say, hey, did you see a phone? Like, like a reasonable fucking person. She said, hey, you stole my phone. No evidence. Phone didn't look like hers. Didn't have any inclination. It's just that they were leaving. She said, hey, you stole my phone. Ran and tackled him. Now, if you see in the video, she gets thrown back, that's because the father is trying to get a random woman, a 22-year-old woman, during a fucking pandemic, off of his fucking 14-year-old child. Now she thought he was older because he was taller. Wow, what did he fucking do? It doesn't matter.
I
That is a
want to. I
14
want
year
to.
old. That is a
I want
14
to
year
talk.
old.
I want to.
Firstly, go ahead.
I want to talk about some breaking news.
Oh shit.
So I just want to read.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Break that fucking news. You better break that fucking news.
I just want to. I just want to talk about some news that just came out from the New York Daily News, and these
Yes.
are also some other comments that she made on the record. I might add. So this is from the nydailynews.com by Noah Goldberg and Nancy Dillon. This came out today at January 11th, 2021 at 1:22 p.m. So she said this lady, Kat Rodriguez, is boycotting the hotel because of what happened, right? So she's saying this woman is not only a racist but a menace to society.
So the
She also goes further. She hold on. So this is what the lady says, right? Not the lady who's protesting, but the assaulter who assaulted that boy. She said maybe it wasn't him, but at the same time, how is it so that as soon as I get asked to leave the premises after I had accused this person of stealing my phone, how is it that all of a sudden they just miraculously have my phone when I come back? That doesn't make any fucking sense. She said that shit reversing her previous apology that we saw on CBS this morning earlier. She also said, I'm like a woman of color. I'm Italian, Greek, Puerto Rican. She stammered, claiming she's not even capable of racial profiling because she's a woman of color. Being questioned her actual remorse for harming the teen, she said she cried that she was the one who's traumatized, saying, "He's
what?
14. That's what we're hold on, wait a second, hold on. He's 14. Well, hold on, I gotta get this. He's 14? That's what they're claiming? Yeah. I'm 22. I live probably just the same amount of life as him, honestly. I'm just as much a kid as hard as I'm just as much a kid at heart as he is. I'm not done yet. She turned combative yet again when King returned to the video.
But
You
wait,
already asked me
there's
that.
more.
You already asked me that at the beginning of the interview. I'm not going over it again. I would like to have a real interview with real questions and real heart and real sincere apologies. Let 2021 be the moment of healing. Seriously. She was arrested in California on Thursday, which is Thursday. After the NYPD released video footage of her attacking uh, the boy in the lobby of the hotel. I want to say two things. One, she's not making any fucking sense. She's saying a lot of different shit. A lot of different shit. And number two, what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the fuck? Like, two of the quotes. Two of the quotes that get me, honestly, are this. When she said, he's 14. That's what they're claiming. Yeah, I'm 22. I live probably just the same amount of life as him, honestly. I'm just as much a kid as hard as he is. Let me tell you something. Ma'am, you are two things. Possibly, I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to claim that. There's a lot of privilege in her voice. Her saying that she's a woman of color is very suspicious. That's very her suddenly claiming that she's a woman of color is very suspicious to me. Her saying that she can't be racist because she's a person of color. She's Italian, Greek, and Puerto Rican. That's very suspicious to me. No wonder they're calling her the Soho Karen. She has very Karen like behaviors, saying very Karen sayings. All right, very lot of Karen energy here. I don't like the deflection. I don't like the combative attitude. I don't like you trying to deflect all the time, trying to minimize yourself, trying to say that, trying to I don't want to say de-age yourself. That don't sound right. Don't feel right. Trying to infantilize yourself to make yourself sound younger by saying that you're a 22-year-old girl, by saying that you've lived the same amount of life as he has, trying to equal his age to yours, by you saying I'm just a kid at heart like he is. First of all, lady, woman, grown ass woman,
Adult.
22-year-old woman, you're 22 years old. Gail said it herself in the interview. You should have known better. At 8, pause. Even, yo, I gotta say something right quick. Even though I'm already talking. As children, what are we told in school, in elementary school, and kindergarten? To keep your hands to yourself,
First rule.
right?
First rule.
Lady, you were called. Own up to it. Just be like, yeah, I assaulted that kid.
This chick was caught in
And his
4K.
dad.
This
I
chick
hate
was
you.
caught in 4K.
In 4K.
Her response? No, that ain't
Chris.
me. That ain't me. Nigga, this is the clearest fucking this is the clearest fucking video I saw. Nigga, that's surround sound? How did they catch you with surround sound?
Next time I have fucking VR support. We can see you doing that shit.
We're literally in the
But yeah,
perspective
like,
of the phone.
listen, man. Listen, man. You just, you know, just
I am flabbergasted at the audacity. As our friend Miles would say, the lion, the witch, the audacity of this bitch.
it's to me,
Yo!
it's just
Yo! This shit is baffling. This is baffling.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this kind of makes me sad for like two reasons.
Why?
I'm not obviously this has nothing to do this I'm not trying to say this in offense to his dad or like to him. But this thing, if it was a regular black kid,
Mm-hmm.
because his dad is like a Emmy, not Emmy, a Grammy award winning like jazz musician, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah. If that wasn't his dad, if it was just a regular black kid, this
The story would not be put up the same.
would not it probably wouldn't have caught news, to be
Yeah.
honest. I mean, it maybe would have caught news, but it wouldn't have been as hot.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. And that just I just want to talk about something. But even though I've been talking for like the last probably like 10 minutes. I don't fucking know. How time is
Not
just
really.
an illusion, all right? Thinking about the trauma that kid has gone through, right?
Yeah.
That all these events have occurred, right? It's already hard enough like having to deal with police brutality and all this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And amongst all this other shit that we have to deal with on a daily basis, right? And then this happened. This white woman. I don't care if she's Puerto Rican. That's an ethnicity. It's not a race. I'll repeat that again. That's not an ethnicity. I mean, that's not a race. That's
Puerto
an
Rican is a
ethnicity.
nationality because it's actually a Puerto Rico.
Also. Yes, and a nationality. Those things aren't racist. But that's all nothing. Point is this, lady. I don't care if you're Italian, Greek, Polish, Puerto Rican,
Korean,
Russian, whatever. I don't care.
Samoan,
You shouldn't. We are taught from like
kindergarten,
kindergarten on. You will
pre-K.
not scratch that pre-K, all the way through 12th grade and beyond to not put your hands on people, and you did.
And you got caught on camera. Two cameras.
And now you're probably just sitting in jail, sad.
You done goofed.
Hmm.
But I'm a child at heart. Head ass.
Do I have this lady tried to pull y'all?
She really
This
pulls
this
out,
lady,
I'm a kid.
22 years old. I'm 21 years old right now,
I'm
right?
22. I'm 22.
I'm
If I did this shit, I'm getting fucked. Nigga.
Nah, wait, hold on, pause, sir. You're black. You're
And
black. If this happened to you, honestly, two shots to the test. Go.
no, 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 no,
They
no.
would
No,
have.
I'm saying, if I was the one that tackled somebody.
I know. Like I'm saying, two shots to the test. Police would be called like that.
Oh, yeah.
Panic button underneath the hotel lobby desk. Panic button.
Yeah.
Police here. Bang bang. Gone. But nah, it was a. I once again, I don't care if she's Puerto Rican or Italian or Greek.
Fuck the fact that she's even a woman. It's an adult. Matter of fact, let me get my shit off of here, okay? Let me get my shit off here, okay? What the fuck? Firstly, you did not accuse anybody else that walked out of that goddamn door except for that one boy. That's a boy. That's a child. I don't give a fuck if you're 14. You may call him a teenager. Appropriate term. Okay, that's fine. But compared to us, that is a child. That is a boy. That is a boy. Okay? Okay?
A young boy.
Firstly, yes, a young boy. Let's first get that fucking established. You didn't.
A middle
You
schooler.
seen. You
A middle
a fucking
schooler.
middle
That's a
schooler.
middle schooler.
A middle schooler. Firstly, that's we gotta establish that first. Secondly, you've seen other people walk in and out of that goddamn door. In and out of that goddamn door. Now all of a sudden you want to grow some balls. Not matter of fact, no, fuck that. Now all of a sudden you want to be fucking accusatory, and then say, hey, not ask, hey, have you seen this phone? No, hey, you fucking stole my phone. You stole my phone. I know you did it. I know you did it. Ran at him. He was like, what the fuck? Ran at him. Fucking tackled him. Like she's a fucking linebacker for the fucking Patriots. Like, fucking tackled him. What the fuck? Firstly. Secondly, then afterwards, after A, you was wrong, B, you found your phone, C, you have the chance to speak up in public. The chance to speak up in public. And what the fuck do you do? Not apologize. But say, oh yeah, that's 14. That's what they're trying to say. Bitch, it's not an estimation. It's not an opinion. This nigga is this child is 14 fucking years
No,
old.
wait. Hold on. The fat girl and the
He was
apology. You don't
born
really got me.
14
You
years
don't know.
ago. He
Nah.
was born in
What? No.
2006 or 2007. Like,
Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. Here's the thing, man. About the apology that she did, right? You know what she said that made me even work. That made me even matter.
what?
She said, "I'm sorry if they feel
Yes, like I,
like I assaulted them. Yo, listen, lady,
bitch.
you did. You did. You did. But
There
I
was no
guess,
feeling.
I promise you, if I find, I'll.
What I want you. I need you. I.
Here's the thing.
Look,
Here's the
look.
thing. Here's the thing. If our lawyer said, hey, if they had like a meeting before this interview, said, hey, I want you to say this, right? I'll be like, okay, I understand. But I swear, bro, I swear, if it came, if this lady, this 22-year-old woman, if she said out of her own heart, out of her own mind, she thought it, processed that shit, said, okay, I'm ready. Let's send this to the mouse so it can come out of me, come out of my mouth. If she did all of that, all that brain, all that what little brain processing power she has to utter those words that 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 they feel like I exhaust them. Her
Look,
words,
look,
right?
bro. I wasn't even done.
You
Like,
did.
yeah, you fucking assaulted him. You did. There is no feeling. I don't I don't feel like I
We
assaulted
saw
him.
you do it. We saw you do it. That's the thing. We saw
If you
you
punch,
shove.
if I punch my brother in the chest, it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if I felt like I didn't punch him hard. He can feel like I punched him hard. I thought I punched him soft. It doesn't matter. I fucking punched him in the chest. It doesn't change the fucking difference how I feel about it.
You know what?
What the fuck are you talking about? Then after that, you had the fucking audacity to respond to Gail King. Despite all the bullshit, what happened, Kobe, we're not talking about that. That's in the past. It's irrelevant right now,
What
right? And I
what
know.
to the
Look,
cake?
look, and think about it, because I know somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, that's fucking hypocritical." You're saying like, "Oh, leaving in the past, but you also bring up all this shit when it comes to the Capitol." Well, firstly, I want you to understand, right?
Twice,
This
twice,
isn't
twice,
what.
twice, twice. Enough. Enough.
Don't go on that point. Because I want to address people that's already going to talk about it. Because I know people are going to talk about it. I know some
Ha,
people are going to be
ha,
like, hey,
ha.
what about this?
Now,
What
now
about that? Hold
tell
on.
me.
What
Now,
about that? You know,
hey,
fucking
twice,
what about
twice,
isms?
twice,
Okay?
twice, twice, twice. Enough.
So,
Now tell me, how did
back
that
to
make
the
you feel?
Soho. Back to the
How
Soho
did that make
ho.
you
No,
feel?
I need to talk about this Soho ho real quick, okay? I need to talk about this Soho ho real quick. All right? All right.
Go ahead.
This Soho Karen. Firstly, you don't have to feel that he's older because he's taller. It doesn't matter what you feel like. The date of birth is 2006, 2005, possibly 2007. I don't know. I'm not doing math right now mentally in my head. Right? It doesn't matter what you feel like. Numbers, date of birth. He came out of the vagina 14 years ago. That's it. There's no feeling. You tackled him. There's no feeling like you assaulted him. The fact that you say, "Oh, I'm sorry if you feel I assaulted you," there is no feeling of whether or not maybe it's assault, maybe no. The only feeling is the traumatization that you gave that fucking 14-year-old. That now he got accused, that this random person can accuse him and then fucking attack him. The fact that that shit happened, and the fact that you fucking did that, and you feel no remorse, not even enough to say, "Hey, I'm sorry." Come on, get the fuck out of here. Then on top of that, you try to invalidate. You try to invalidate his now traumatic experience because you don't want to feel bad about it. Because you know in your conscience, you're probably a shitty person for this, but you don't want to admit it. Because now you don't want to seem fucking weak or some bullshit. Some bullshit you're probably thinking, right? So, what you do is say, "Hey, I am a 22-year-old girl. A girl Why are you using the verbiage of girl? You're old enough to drink. You're old enough to drive and have a license. You're old enough to be able to do things without your parents' consent. You're an adult. Your brain has fully. You're 22. Your brain has fully fucking developed. This is a 14-year-old. A 14-year-old. His mind has not fully fucking developed yet. Your brain is fully developed and you still come up with this? And you still say this shit? And you want to say, oh, I'm a child at heart. No, I don't give a fuck if you're a child at heart. You can be a child at heart all you want to, but you're still a fucking adult in real life. That's the same rhetoric fucking pedophiles use. They're still in jail, aren't they? And lastly, don't you fucking disrespect Gayle King like that. She was giving you what the fuck had to be said. You know, that you should have known better to accuse and then assault without asking any fucking questions. And then you're gonna disrespect her and then try to negate the entire situation? Like, do you not understand how entitled and how little accountability you fucking have? Like, how little accountability and self-awareness you must fucking have in your daily life must be fucking annoying to anybody who has interacted with you. The fact that you have the lack of awareness, of the lack of remorse is to say, hey, I'm sorry, I fucked up. That's all you have to say. It can be over. The fact that you try to, fucking delegitimize the fact that you traumatized a 14-year-old. The fact that you try to now put yourself in the light of a 14-year-old girl. The fact that you try to use the fucking gender card, say, I'm a female. We don't give a fuck about that. Right? Right? Right. Outside of that, then, on top of all of this, you say, I can't be racist. I'm a person of color. Which is the most Karen shit I've ever heard in my life. I can't be racist. I have X amount of this, insert race here, in my blood. Or I have this amount of, insert race here, friends. That is the most Karen shit I've heard in my life. To A, delegitimize it. B, then try to say, oh, I can't be racist. Because you're a person of color? You think that black people can't be racist? You think that fucking white people can't be racist? You think that fucking Latinos can't be racist? You think that Asian people can't be racist? You think that fucking Russian people can't be racist? You think people from fucking Alaska can't be? You think that fucking, I'm just naming places and I'm just like, it doesn't fucking matter. You can still be a racist. Doesn't matter what race you are. Asshat. Anyway, rant over. I will redub her personally, and I don't mean this to disrespect any other woman. I'm just saying this to her specifically, due to her actions. And because, personally, I find it funny to call her the Soho ho. That has been Two Eyes. Black Charlie Brown does not necessarily represent or agree on all of what is said by Two Eyes. I will put that out there now. So that way, any flack that comes to him about shit I said, don't do that. Flack to me, bring it to me. I am Two Eyes. He is Black Charlie Brown. We are the Anything Period podcast. And as the Anything Period podcast, we can talk about anything, period.
And with that being said, I think that this has been a great episode.
I concur.
If you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to give us a review on Apple Podcasts. It really helps. We are also available.
5-star.
We are also available to stream on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, etc., etc.
Yeah,
You can leave us voice messages on all your hot takes, thoughts, opinions, whatever,
yeah.
about this episode or any others that we have in on our page.
Yeah, please do. We're always open for conversation and dialogue.
We also have a YouTube channel that you can check us out on. The Anything Period Podcast YouTube channel.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you
There'll
can.
probably be a link in the description.
If you want to also see us as well as listen to us, then go to the YouTube. There's some good content up there. Trust me.
Yes. And without further ado, this has been Black Charlie Brown
And this has been Two Eyes.
from the Anything Period Podcast.
Signing out. Peace.
Peace.